Well, cool. Thanks everybody for joining. Melissa is off this week. I will be off next week, but I guess that doesn't matter because there's no SIG next week. But well, we thought we'd introduce the just a little um, icebreaker question back into the mix. So, anybody doing anything fun this summer, or if you already did something fun, let's hear about it.
I went to
No.
Colorado.
Oh, what'd you do in
Yeah,
Colorado?
we're staying in Ouray, which is in the San Juan Mountains, and it is stunning. It's southwestern Colorado, so it's about 3 hours from Aspen and about an hour from Durango, which is the biggest. Durango and Cortez are the two biggest towns in the southwest part of Colorado. It's magnificent. The mountains go up over 14,000 feet, and that we were staying at about 7,700, lots of wildflowers, just incredible variety of things to do. And I strongly recommend it. If you've never been there, I would definitely add it to your list of places to go.
Lots
Yeah.
of hiking. Was there any like lakes and stuff?
Piles of them.
Nice.
The Uray has styles itself as the Switzerland of America, which normally would be complete BS, but in this particular case, it's absolutely correct. It is. I've spent a lot more time in Switzerland than Colorado, and it's magnificent. There's just these, sort of narrow valleys and then these soaring mountains around it. It's really great.
Wow, that's cool. Uh, yeah, the only time, well, I didn't make it to 14,000, but the White Mountain near Bishop, that goes up to 14,000. And I was at the University of California base camp, which is about 12,500 feet. And when we got there, my oxygen saturation was at a whopping 80%.
How
Which,
did,
if you don't know, normal is 98%.
ah, yeah, I was going to say, how did you measure that?
With a pulse oximeter. I was doing. This was when back in my clinical research days. So
Ah, you carry a lot more hardware than I do in the mountains.
yeah, yeah, yeah. That was we were specifically up there doing that. All right, Lori. Anything? Maybe I think you were already on vacation, huh?
I went to Puerto Rico, but I wouldn't call it a vacation only for the simple fact that like when I vacation, I just tell people who do I need to pay? Like as in you set up the agenda and I will just happily pay my way to do whatever. And I had to do all the organizing, and that was stressful because I did it once we got there. So there
Hmm.
was no vacation. I just drove all around that island.
Mm.
Um, but it was fun. My daughter had a good time. She discovered a love of horseback riding, which it's going to turn out to be a pretty expensive endeavor, but that's cool. No worries
What
there.
what was the island again? I missed a word there. The
I went to Puerto Rico.
Puerto Rico. Okay, got it. Huh,
Yeah. So that's
cool.
fun.
Cool. Well, I am heading to Hawaii next on Saturday.
Oh, excellent.
That's
Which
my
which
plan.
island?
Oahu. So
Where? Oh,
Oahu. Yeah,
Oahu. Okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
Uh,
yeah, we're just gonna be. My goal is just to see as many fish and hopefully some turtles. That's what I like to do
Yeah.
snorkeling.
cool. Yeah. Turtles are
Snorkeling.
mega cool.
Turtles in the water is just like in the
Yeah.
sea swimming is like one of the most majestic things I feel like. And then you
Hmm.
see them on land and they're like not very graceful,
Yeah.
but in water
Yeah.
they
Yeah.
just look so graceful. So
Yeah. We've seen a bunch of them on Maui. We went there a couple times as a family, and yeah,
yeah,
the first time I saw one, it was like, whoa, it's a turtle. Check it out.
yeah, Maui.
And then
Yeah, I saw a
yeah,
bunch in Maui too when a couple
yeah,
years ago.
yeah. Wow, that's cool.
Yeah, so yeah, hopefully I'll see some turtles in the water. I didn't see them any last time I went, so I saw them on land, but not in while I was in the water. Well, I guess we'll jump to it. So there's not a lot of ton of new stuff except for Melissa and I have started breaking it up, starting to attend some like the CNCF SIG and storage meetings just to try and keep up to date. Melissa's been going to the new Cloud Native AI working group. And so she linked to a document there, scheduling for the cloud native AI white paper. So yeah, they really we shared the white paper that they released in March. So I guess they're working on a new one. So you can check out. There's a link to the public scheduling there. So yeah, they're trying to work through the various challenges and opportunities for optimizing resource allocation and scheduling. So yeah, definitely check that out. And then Robert, you're working. I didn't add this to the agenda, but you were working with Shane in
Yeah.
the storage tag though, right? They're also doing.
Yeah, and I'm just trying to dig up what's going on. I need to ping her about that because I put my edits in like weeks ago now, it seems like. Let me just
Well, I
all
will
right.
say they're meeting. At least the six or I forget. I get them confused. One of them skipped their last meeting, so
Yeah.
that might be why.
All right, let me just yeah, I'm just looking up right now where let's see. Yeah. Okay. Huh. Weird. All right, I need to dig up what's going on there because it actually was headed in a kind of interesting direction, but yeah, I don't know what the status of it and is. So I'll follow up.
Okay, cool. Um, well, Lori, did you want to talk about Edith?
Sure. Can you let me share my screen?
Oh yeah. Oh, oops. Yep. Oh, I'm just gonna make you co-host because that's all I know how to do.
Yeah, I don't know. I have one colleague that is the same thing. Anytime you try to share your screen, like you can't. You're like, why won't you enable this? And she has no idea how it's set up wrong. Okay, so here's something that's cool. We have what the DoK did, the celebrating 10 years of Kubernetes, the evolution of database operators was published on the CNCF website. And so we have this great infographic that you can kind of see. Much love to the committee. Robert, you were on it as well, that created this so that we could really celebrate Kubernetes turning 10 by showing like what happened over the last years. So I think this is really cool. We've been pushing it out from Percona side, trying to get as many eyes on it as possible. We love that it's a complete community, undertaking. And so we were just really stoked to be able to submit it to the CNCF on DoK's behalf and get it published. So I think it's a great way to show communities working with each other, and then, give us some love in a different environment, hopefully get some more eyes on the DoK as well.
Yeah, yeah, that was awesome. So thanks to Edith. And there have been a bunch of articles about mentioning DOK too as well. So on Computer Weekly, there's been a series of them. So there's one from Michelle Au, and then I forget who the other. There was one previous to that, and I think there's some more coming out. There's one with Xing Yang from Broadcom VMware. So yeah, Robert, were you involved in that too for like submitting some
You mean the data on Kubernetes white paper or what was that? For
like some press from Computer Weekly?
no, I don't I was not involved in that.
Okay, well there was, but yeah, I brought them up in the general channel though, so you can see going back. There's been a few articles, and then
Yeah.
I think also Sergey was had an article come out where he's talking about DOK. So yeah, there's been
Yeah.
a lot of cool like public mentioning of us. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So one thing, or actually, I guess I should share my screen. I should be doing that. So one second, because people can't see what I'm talking about. So, so in terms of the CNCF storage SIG, so I've been going to those meetings, and then also just talking with Xing, who's the co-chair, and some of the features that are in alpha, and some are moving to beta, being promoted, some are still in alpha, and some are just getting started. So the volume group snapshots that supports snapshotting of persistent volume, basic building block for data protection. So that is probably going to remain alpha for 1.31. And then volume attribute classes, that's set to be promoted to beta, same as volume expansion. So those are two features that are kind of in the pipeline. And then one thing that they're starting and hoping to get, I think, into alpha for 1.31 release is the container object storage interface. So feature that introduces Kubernetes API to provision object buckets and allow pods to access buckets. So that's what's going on in the world of SIG storage.
Is there a thread or a channel that we should be monitoring for that? Because we have kind of a sick interest in this topic.
Yeah, well, so all those meetings are all public, so it's not on the DoKC SIG, but
yeah, in the storage SIG, I assume.
Yeah, right? on the Kubernetes Slack, and then also if you just
on SIG storage.
Yeah. If you Google both, you can go to the Git, you'll find the GitHub page, and then it has all the information of how to attend the meetings, and they have all the notes basically like us where they make everything public. So even if you can't make them live, they're all recorded, so you can kind of keep up with what the features that are going to be released.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah. So Xing helped me out. I put together a talk, and she helped me with some of this information, which is pretty cool. One of the things we were still trying to get information, and one thing I want to do is start to organize this more, but still looking for contributions to like the DOK get started content. And part of this I realize is there's a lot of what does that mean, get started. So I think we need to think of some ways to categorize the content, get started in various aspects of DOK, because I know that's sort of broad. So I think one of the things I really want to do though is collect a lot of these responses, like a piece of information that people are adding, and then see how we can break those pieces into those categories. So I'm still looking for contributions. We have some for sure, but yeah, I think it was only from one person, so I'd love to get more contributions of existing content that would make for good getting started content. And hopefully with I don't know if you saw, we also brought in a bunch of new ambassadors. So I want to also, this was originally the idea, was I brought it to the DOK ambassadors as a project, and so hopefully we can get more people involved in the SIG as well. But I think people that can contribute to this getting started content, because I definitely think that's a big hole that we have on the website, and it would be a really great resource for a lot of people who are getting started in the space. So next, I've been talking with Ganesh, and we're still just trying to coordinate. He was on vacation for a while, so we're trying to find a time. I thought he might be coming to this one, but maybe he wasn't able to come. So this project, I think the data platform framework, I think would be very cool if we get it going. But I think it would really be helpful if we could just get people on a call. So I'll continue to work with Ganesh and see if we can find a time that works for everybody, so we can kind of get that planned out and get the MVP sort of defined. That way we can work asynchronously a little bit better, because I know it'll be really challenging, I think, to find time to all work together at the same time. But I think one meeting where we could work through what the requirements are would be great. So I'll continue to work trying to figure that out, and hopefully we can get that going soon. And then of course, if you haven't already, get your proposals in before July 14th. You have like 2 weeks for KubeCon North America, and so I believe the selection committee has been notified, and so if you have 12 days if you wanted to submit something for DOK Day to get those in. So we're going to be pushing that pretty heavily. Of course, if you share online, that would be great as well. So, do you have something coming in, Robert, or did you already submit them?
No, I'm planning to. I have one that is baking, which I will submit. And then I'm thinking I get two, right? So
Yeah, I think yes, you can do
I'll
two.
probably run out. I'll probably run out of ideas after that. So anyway,
Yeah.
no, I have a good one. That the snowflake about avoiding a snowflake style uh, hack. Uh, where a bunch of data has been
Oh,
unloaded
that's right. Yes.
from Snowflake. That's a really interesting topic, and
Yeah.
actually kind of a threat to every single database that's in any way exposed to the public internet is susceptible to that hack. So
Yeah.
it's I think giving people some guidance on how to prevent it would be fun.
Oh, well, this is also not on the schedule, but um, did you? I remember Laura, you connected Robert with some folks who might be interested in looking at the.
More on security.
Yeah, did anything come of that?
I
I don't,
yeah I don't- yeah, Lori. In fact, I just saw one of your messages and I didn't see anything more on that. Um,
let me go back to the OpenSSF Slack.
yeah,
Uh, I wish maybe, man, these free Slack channels, like you lose information after. So it's Jose Miguel Pereira that was interested. And I have not heard from him since May,
yeah.
but did he email you by any chance?
No, I never got anything on it.
Huh.
Um,
Okay. Weird.
it's
Don't know.
kind of yeah. I was a little bit, you know, I was not able to get a lot of interest in this topic, which is typical for security. People only get interested when they're scared by something. So
Yeah.
the what would be interesting, I think, at perhaps at KubeCon is to do a panel discussion on this. If we were to do that, who might be interesting people to put on a panel discussion
Do you
for
mean for
security?
this KubeCon or like?
Yeah, for this coming KubeCon.
Well, I think it's too late for that.
Oh no, no,
For
no! I'm talking for DOK Day. I
Oh,
would do it.
okay. Yeah, I don't know who's um we could I don't know who's sort of specialty uh in the group is on security.
I think if you like when I've been on program committees and people wanted a panel, like if you suggest like one or two and then you open it up to the panel to find
Yeah,
people, they usually can, because you also have to think like there's those DEI initiatives to make sure that you have a nice well-rounded program
yeah,
and panel and all that kind of stuff.
yeah,
So I don't like, it's not like the easy way out, but I always like to push things back to the actual program organizers so they can
hmm
they know what they've selected and they can make sure that
right,
there's a well-rounded representation
yeah,
in terms of vendors or non-vendors, that whole thing.
yeah. Okay, I
Yeah.
I might think about that one.
I mean, yeah, it is important. I guess you're right. Maybe people don't like to talk about it until something bad happens and then they are
Yeah.
forced to.
Well, it's sort of like, yeah, our experience has been it is there's a small number of people who really care about it, but they care about it very deeply. Everybody else, it's until something happens, it's not a big deal.
Yeah. Which
Well,
is
and I posted it on the OpenSSF Slack. I mean, it might make sense to post it on CNCFs because they're also doing data stuff too, or I'm sorry, security stuff too.
Mm. Yeah,
that's true. Okay. Yeah, I can submit something there as well.
But I do think like that's probably like the best bet, Robert, is to
mm.
get a really good like title abstract together and say would love to see panelists from this
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah. Okay, I'll think about it. Still not sure if I'm going to do it, but it's an interesting. I've never understood why it isn't why people aren't more interested in it. I find the topic interesting. So, but it seems like I'm one of the few. So,
I mean, yeah, I think it's
yeah,
interesting. It's maybe the people are they they uh they leave the security to their security
yeah,
experts. They don't care about it.
yeah. Well,
Uh,
actually, that's part of it. That's how often works in big bureaucracies that people try. In fact, Kubernetes platform teams. That's a big reason why they exist, is that they handle that in
yeah.
a in a way that takes it kind of out of the hands of devs.
Well, yeah. Well, my previous gig when I was doing development on some healthcare applications. We're a small team, so we had no choice but to care.
Yeah.
Uh, all right. Well, anything else anybody wants to talk about?
Nope. Off to, I guess it's the summer doldrums or something.
Yeah, yeah, I think
Yeah.
so. Um, but
I yeah.
oh, we
Great.
at least
Well,
Edith got this out, which is cool. So that's
yeah,
exciting.
that's great. Thank you very much. And we'll try and I'm gonna try and get another, we haven't had a meetup in the Bay Area for a really long time. So I'm gonna try and organize one later this summer. I
Yeah,
think
that'd be
that's
awesome. Yeah, definitely keep me posted on that, and I'll help advertise it.
okay, great.
I'm also still talking with this guy from London. Someone took over the London. I guess someone abandoned the London meetup group,
Yeah.
and then someone took it over. So I've been trying to work with them to like get something started.
Yeah.
So that would be cool. And then Jonathan Battiato from EDB, he's coordinating some ones in Prato. So
Yeah.
he brought him on as ambassador. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah. Cool.
All right.
All right.
Well, thanks
Happy July.
everybody,
Yeah.
and see you in a few weeks.
Yeah. Talk to you soon. Bye,
All
Enjoy
everybody.
right.
the vacation.
Thank
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.